Good morning. All these bright smiley faces out here in this lovely wintry weather. Thank you, Kathy and Lee. Beautiful music as always. I'd like to start off with an announcement just so I get that out of the way. We only have one main announcement, and it has to do with internet phishing scams. Many of you have probably gotten a message saying it's from Larry Tabisca asking for Amazon gift cards to be sent. Don't do that. If you get something from anyone that says that, you probably want to contact them directly and make sure it's legitimate. Usually it isn't. So watch out, they're sneaky. He said he had about 10 phone calls from people saying, "Is this real?" And he had to say no. So don't want to do that. Now, we are going to start off with a song this morning.
You're welcome first.
And I'd like to welcome everyone with a reading. Within the cycle of the seasons, we are passing through time, a journey through the great darkness. Those of you who study your chronometer closely enough may notice our slow movement toward the light. However, the darkness, as is its nature, is yet around us and within us. Today, we will contemplate and reflect on that journey together.
Oh, you did announcements, so yes.
Yes, okay. There we go. Land acknowledgement, since we are on land that used to be inhabited by others and they're still here, we acknowledge that we gather on the ancestral lands of the Pasquosa people who have lived in harmony with this land for countless generations. The Pasquosa have a rich cultural heritage deeply rooted in the cycles of nature. They have long harvested the resources of the Wenatchee and Columbia rivers, including salmon, roots, and berries, with reverence and sustainable practices. Their seasonal practices reflected a profound understanding of the land's rhythms, while their ceremonies, stories, and songs honored the spirits of the earth, water, and sky. Today, we recognize the enduring connection of the Pasquosa to this land and their resilience in the face of displacement and challenges. We honor their stewardship, traditions, and wisdom, and we commit to walking this land with respect, gratitude, and responsibility. We are going to play a video of a song called "The January Man." And this song and another one performed by the artists William Pint and Felicia Dale are both used with their express permission. The words to the song are in your order of service. I don't expect you to know the song, but if you pick up on the melody as we go along, feel free to join in. It's a beautiful song and it's fun to sing. It talks about the cycle of the seasons from the perspective of 10 men, or 12 men, representing each of the 12 months and their individual experience.
Good morning. One of the things about me is that the things that I like to share make me all emotional and stuff. So you'll get that too.
No one saw it.
Yeah. We are in the season of darkness right now, but that is part of the cycle. And it's a beautiful part of the cycle. But even in darkness, each day we have the sunrise. And I would like to start by reading a poem from Mary Oliver about that. and about many other things like poems usually are. You can die for it, an idea or the world. People have done so brilliantly, letting their small bodies be bound to the stake, creating an unforgettable fury of light. But this morning, climbing the familiar hills in the familiar fabric of dawn, I thought of China and India and Europe, and I thought how the sun blazes for everyone just so joyfully as it rises under the lashes of my own eyes. And I thought, I am so many. What is my name? What is the name of the deep breath I would take over and over for all of us? Call it whatever you want. It is happiness. It is another one of the ways to enter fire. All right, and today we're doing a mix of the traditional of what we've always done here, or what you have been doing here for many years, as well as blending in things that we each share. Each new person that comes, we each add color to the flame. And we will light our chalice now with the words that we always say, in the light of truth and the warmth of love, we gather to seek and seek to share. And one of the really awesome things about UU is that our symbol is a flame. And that flame means many things. And we'll talk about some of the things that that flame means, but just keep that in mind, that that's the symbol of everything that we do and that we are here, is that flame. Joyful musical.
Yeah, there's a number of things going on. And this is our time for all ages. And I'd like to, is there anyone under the age of 14 here? Okay, I see two. Hey, okay, leap year, right? Okay, so we got two. I'm hoping you guys can help with this song. The words are in the order of service. They're real easy. there's a large purple snake up here helping us out because we're coming into the life of the new Chinese New Year, which is going to be the year of the wood snake. So he's here to help us out.
This one's not quite a wood snake. Let's see if this right.
He's in the woods.
I'm going to be in the woods. I was going to say. So let me hand around. Hello. Let me hand this around to those of you who would like to share the quote that you have come upon in your hand.
Okay, this is a quote from Benjamin Franklin. A house is not a home unless it contains food and fire for the mind as well as the body.
And this is a quote from Alan Jackson. Making music is still what keeps a fire going on in me.
This is from Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. Through our great good fortune in our youth, our hearts were touched with fire. It was given to us to learn at the outset that life is a profound and passionate thing.
From William Butler Yeats, education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire.
This is from Paulo Coelho. Don't fear the light within. May it ignite the sacred flame in your soul.
From Eduardo Galeano. Each person shines with his or her own light. No two flames are alike. There are big flames and little flames, flames of every color. Some people's flames are so still they don't even flicker in the wind, while others have wild flames that fill the air with sparks. Some foolish flames neither burn nor shed light, but others blaze with fire so fiercely that you can't look at them without blinking, and if you approach, you shine in the fire.
This is by Pablo Neruda. Of all fires, love is the only inexhaustible one.
By Jean de La Fontaine, man is so made that when anything fires his soul, impossibilities vanish.
This is by Mary Oliver. Someone I loved once gave me a box full of darkness. It took me years to understand that this too was a gift.
Vincent van Gogh, one must never let the fire go out in one's soul, but keep it burning.
Step into the fire of self-discovery. This fire will not burn you. It will only burn what you are not. Muji.
From the mystic and poet Rumi, this is now. Now is all there is. Don't wait for then. Strike the spark, light the fire now.
Love in its essence is spiritual fire.
By Pierre Teilhard de Chardin. Someday, after mastering the winds, the waves, the tides, and gravity, we shall harness for God the energies of love, and then, for a second time in the history of the world, man will have discovered fire.
Bryant McGill, your intelligence is a fire that can illuminate any darkness. Awaken and let your mind burn so brightly. You are alive for a reason.
By Rainer Maria Rilke, you darkness that I come from, I love you more than all the fires that fence in the world. For the fire makes a circle of light for everyone, and then no one outside learns of you. But the darkness pulls in everything, shapes and fires, animals and myself, how easily it gathers them, powers and people. And it is possible a great energy is moving near me. I have faith in nights.
This is by Hafiz. Carry your heart through this world like a life-giving sun.
From Thomas Brown, life is a pure flame, and we live by the invisible sun within us.
This is a quote from D.H. Sidebottom. Stars can't shine without darkness.
And from John Foster, one of the strongest characteristics of genius is the power of lighting its own fire.
From Osho, passing through the fire of meditation, everything that is not your authentic reality, everything that is borrowed, will be burned away.
This is C.S. Lewis. Friends are like coals in a fire. Together they glow. Apart they grow cold.
By Albert Schweitzer, in everyone's life, at some time, our inner fire goes out. It is then burst into flame by an encounter with another human being. We should all be thankful for those people who rekindle the inner spirit.
I have two. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. That's Carl Jung. I got Rumi. Set your life on fire. Seek those who fan your flames.
By Jane Austen. To love is to burn, to be on fire.
Henry Van Dyke. Genius is talent set on fire by courage.
The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled. Plutarch.
When you light a candle, you also cast a shadow. Ursula K. Le Guin.
If you're going to try, go all the way. There is no other feeling like that. You will be alone with the gods, and the nights will flame with fire. You will ride life straight to perfect laughter. It's from Charles Bukowski.
Mary Lou Retton. Each of us has a fire in our hearts for something. It's our goal in life to find it and keep it.
From Steve Harvey, catch fire, do something. Get excited by finding your purpose in life.
Wow, I want to use this one that everybody's just had their hands on. I sent out a lot of quotes, not knowing who would want to join in and who wouldn't, but thank you. That lights a fire of connection, like what we have here. I need to not have two of these. Hang on to this for just a minute, because it's time for sharing of joys and sorrows. And I would also like to leave space during this time for people to silently release anything that they would like to let go. And I know that's often something that we do during this fire communion as a community. But at the solstice drumming, they did that ceremony already, and I know everyone wasn't there, but I didn't want to duplicate what we just did to honor that experience. But this is also a time for, if you have something to release and you didn't do it at that time, you could speak it if you want, but that can be just from your heart. Anyway, so joys and sorrows. If you have any. We have, I guess I need to light a candle first, so you can. I'll have this be mine. Like that one. Because I do have. Yeah, so. Okay. That a candle is a small thing, but one candle can light another. And see how its own light increases as a candle gives its flame to the other. As we've each shared our joys, sorrows, our releasing, we've added light. So if you could take out your mirror now. Darkness makes us feel maybe sadness, or for some people, darkness even implies badness or sorrow or cold or loneliness. But in the cycle that we're all part of, we're always somewhere always somewhere in the cycle of light and darkness. There's always darkness, there's always light. That's just part of living. That's part of the before what we know in this life, and it's part of the beyond that. That's pretty much all we do know for a fact, is that that light and darkness is part of all of that experience, all that connected, what we would call time, are denoting our human word for that passage of seasonal space, that continuance, that connection to the past and beyond, but in order to see any of this light, any of this fire,
Yes.
there has to be some darkness. And if we can think about the peacefulness of darkness, the quietude that we can find when we sit for a moment in the darkness. And then think about the light that we see when we're in the darkness. Starlight, moonlight, which is light borrowed from the bright sun and shared on, passed on, just like we have shared our lights with each other. And here in our January, we just passed solstice in December, which means we're approaching a time of more light. But that's little by little. So while we're in January, while we're in this time of darkness, take time to note those spots of flame, of light. What do you love about it? And for those of us like me who like January better than July, what is it that about light or about flame or about heat that overwhelms you? What is it about darkness that overwhelms you? And then what is it in each of those that brings joy? Darkness is often misunderstood. We may fear it, associating it with the unknown, with loss, with endings. In nature, darkness is not an absence, it is a presence. It is the rich soil where seeds germinate, the night sky that cradles stars, the quiet space where animals rest, the womb of our own development, and where creativity and intuition take roots in our hearts. Consider the transformative cycles of the earth. Night follows day, winter follows summer. During the times of more darkness, the earth rests, prepares, renews, and regenerates. The darkness is part of the essence of life and existence. Additionally, darkness invites us inward, asking us to pause, to sit with what is uncertain, to release the busyness of the external world, and to explore the quiet places within. It is here in the stillness that transformation begins. Ian Thomas notes that darkness will always give you an opportunity to create your own light. Our theme this month is transformation, one of our Unitarian Universalist shared values. Transformation often begins with awareness, intention, and our own light from within. In our lives, fire can represent passion, creativity, and the will to act. It's the spark that pushes us forward when we are ready to transform. But fire also asks for respect. It burns hot, and when unchecked, it can harm. Its lesson is not just in its power, but in its balance. When we embrace fire, we embrace the courage to let go of what no longer serves us and to step into the unknown with clarity and purpose. Consider what in your own life you would like to empower with your own flame. Pick up the mirror again and look into it. There's you with your flame. What do you want to begin to do, or what do you want to continue to do, adding your light as you continue forward in the flow of nature's cycles? As you reflect upon your own flame, your own passion, note again from one of our previous quotes, the words of Ursula K. Le Guin, who shared that when you light a candle, you also cast a shadow. And shadows are what let us know that there's something of substance. So we have the energy, we have the passion, the creativity that comes from that flame. And that flame casts that shadow. We know that that is substance, that is us, and the things that we have to add. That's those around us. And to add lightness to the topic of flame, Leonard Cohen states that there is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. As we reflect on darkness and fire, let us remember that they are not just external forces, they live within us. We hold the fire of passion, creativity, and courage. We also carry the darkness of stillness, mystery, and introspection. When we balance these forces, we find our power to transform, to release what no longer serves us, and to embrace what is waiting to grow. We will now have a chance to share again with our offering, and I'll turn on the lights so you can see the music. You're okay? All right. Then we'll continue in our darkness and our flame a little bit longer. Yes, we're new. Do we have time to do the chant then? Okay. On page 184, you might need the lights now. We can turn them all There's a hymn called Be Ye Lamps Unto Yourselves, and we're just going to do it as a chant together. And now together we'll close by extinguishing our flame with our traditional words. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and embody in our living until we are together again. And now, as is our tradition, with yet another acknowledgement of the importance of flame and fire in our lives, let us encircle the room, holding hands if you wish, and sing once more before we gather for coffee, snacks, and chat.